Pretty.
No, what button is the map? Okay.
This is only 15? Jesus.
Right. It felt like more. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to another episode of Waiting for Players. I'm Adam.
I'm Adam.
I'm John.
And I'm Peter.
I'm barely awake.
I'm right there with you.
No,
As
I'm
much,
wide awake, bro.
Enthusiasm as that audience during the Sony press conference.
Woo!
I think I might actually be more awake than those people.
They were not napping.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
They were just like...
It's golf. It was golf clapping.
Right.
They were not having a good time.
So today, John right now is playing Ori in the Blind Forest.
Yep.
He said he was almost done with the game. We're going to help him finish it.
Fucking lie.
Do I have to show the map again so people can understand why I felt this? Oh, no.
The reason that we're doing this is because we're just going to talk about E3 today. That's it.
Yep.
Just E3.
All the E3 stuff.
So E3 is going on right now, and all the major press conferences have happened except for Nintendo's.
Oh no! What's gonna? Oh, it's gonna be Mario versus Rabbids World.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, because they're not doing their own press conference at E3. They're streaming something of their own. So.
Makes sense.
They want to keep their conferences to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I trying to get it right from me.
So I'd kind of like to steer our conversation so I can match the images on the stream.
Okay.
So
right,
we're gonna start off with the Sony press conference that we all watched before we got here, and like referenced just a second ago. Most unenthusiastic crowd there, but the first thing worth mentioning is, if I can get, there we go, is Spider-Man.
Yes.
The only thing worth mentioning.
No.
No.
Other things, but goddamn that Spider-Man.
Holy shit, dude.
That was awesome looking. Did you get to check that out?
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Some really cool takeaways from this one. The combat system looked great. It relies both on stealth and brawling, which was
fucking
fantastic.
Of the Arkham fight style, which I
Not
think
like
works,
previous Spider-Man games.
Yeah. But I think that works really well with Spider-Man with how much he jumps around.
Actually, Peter brings up a good point. That is like other Spider-Man games. Like Spider-Man 2 had both. Mm-hmm. You could take out a room stealthily or go brawler.
Some Spider-Man games didn't do the mechanics were there for both, right? But for whatever reason, the game stealth system felt kind of forced to me.
Like they put it in there as a secondary thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I also liked is the web swinging around Manhattan looked dope, and the way the environment reacted to what was going on in the story was also fucking fantastic. And the villain. I don't think I've ever seen the Negative Man used outside of the comics.
I never have.
Which is fucking amazing. That I like that they're not. Well, obviously they're using the Kingpin, but they're also using the Negative Man, which is if for those who haven't seen it yet, he's an Asian American that his skin goes black and the outlines of him go white, so it looks like a photo negative.
Yeah. Right.
It's pretty cool.
That is one of the reasons I want a PS4. It's probably one of the only reasons that I would really consider getting a PS4. I mean, there'd be other great games to pick up as well, but that would be a driving force. And I loved how many quick time actions there were in it, where you're just like, oh, left trigger right now. Like, I always thought those fit really well in Spider-Man games.
Yeah. They didn't say anything about it at the conference, but I know there's been rumor of a VR mode or something like that.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's obviously just rumor. Who knows? But it could be pretty cool. Even if it was just like a small area, you could kind of web sling around in.
Yeah, it would be cool. I'm afraid of motion sickness as
just
Spider-Man.
The swinging.
Oh, God, that'd be rough, dude. Your gut would be sinking 24/7.
When does Spider-Man ever do the easy way?
Yeah.
He's always flipping around all crazy like.
It would be pretty cool though to do that wall running in VR.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I thought they constructed this gameplay trailer really well. Mm-hmm. They started off with stealth, moved into brawling, and then got you into the bigger open world of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're very much mission focused the whole time, but they expanded your scope more and more and more during the trailer. And it was fucking great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the ending was great, too, because there's also a teaser at the end of the ending. It's
Yeah.
Miles Morales. And you're
Right.
like, what the fuck?
Well, it's gonna be 2 Spider-Mans.
Right? Maybe this is a co-op game.
That could be pretty
That
cool.
would be really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
2 Spider-Mans? Two Spider-Man? I know how to use my tenses and stuff.
Or they could do it like some of the Resident Evil ones did, where like you could choose to play either one, but only one could only get so far until the other one progressed past that because they did things for each other,
Yeah.
which could be interesting. This game is really pretty and fairly distracting.
It's kind of distracting.
It's like, oh, bright colors. John got wrecked right now.
Well,
Yeah.
These things are the first time I've seen them, and they're gnarly.
give me just a little bit. Keep vamping. No. Let's talk about the second greatest thing that we saw at the Sony press conference, and that would be, or I guess maybe the first, God of War.
I think, yeah, exactly.
God of War. We got a full another gameplay trailer. What was the last time we saw him? Was it E3 last year?
Probably.
Yeah, so we
it's
got
been
to
a
see
while.
more, and Adam clued me in on something that I didn't know, is that now God of War is following the Norse mythology instead of going after the Greek mythology. And oh shit, there's an ending in this where I'm just excited.
It does look great. Like, the gameplay looks pretty much similar to all the other God of War games. You know, what you kind of expect from it. But, yeah.
Yeah, but now that you say it's Norse mythology, it totally makes sense with like the entire tone and area of the game. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, he killed all the Greek gods, so
true.
he's got to move on now.
I still, like I said during the trailer, I want to know how he's alive.
Yeah.
I mean that's important, right?
What happened? He took like a big sword through the chest last time,
Yeah,
right?
and then
That's the
killed
last-
Zeus.
Right, right.
Have you tried jumping through it?
It's sword
Jumping
through the
down,
chest. He
essentially.
can deal with that.
He's Kratos, right?
Yeah.
He's Kratos.
No, apparently not.
Any highlights for God of War from you on this one, Adam?
Me?
Both of you.
Oh, I've never played any of them. That's one of the series that I was kind of bummed was always an exclusive for a console I never had. But it looks fucking cool. Like all of them, I always thought they'd look.
Yeah, God of
fun.
War has always been definitely one of the reasons to have a PlayStation. So
Right.
But yeah, no, it looks pretty. I'm excited for the people that have a PlayStation are into that game. I'm sad that I'm not one of them.
You're about as enthusiastic as the crowd.
I mean, I'm not.
that was a little too loud. So.
Yeah,
we need to calm down.
Yeah, silent claps, golf claps all the way.
I expected I don't know, at least some kind of emotion after the God of War trailer.
Right?
Yeah, especially in a
Like,
PlayStation
like
crowd.
Right, exactly. That would be one of the games most of those people I would think would be there to see, you know.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, God of War. Yeah. But no. It's like they all took muscle relaxers before they went there and just like, dude, this chair is so comfortable.
Is that what you did?
No.
It sounds like something you would do.
I've never taken muscle relaxers before.
How dare you, sir? I can't think of any
weird shit from the Sony
Sure.
conference as well.
Which one do you want to go after?
That one with the mouse was pretty weird.
Oh, I don't even remember the name of that one.
Yeah,
Some but it was VR, like this weird
Moss.
VR.
Oh, yeah,
puzzler.
Moss.
It's called Moss, yeah. It seemed interesting.
Let me look to see if I can find it.
Just what we saw gave us like virtually no information.
There was a few games that were like that.
Yeah. And that's, it's a little frustrating just because I want more than pretty stuff to look at. I want a little bit of...
We had what other VR trailers were there?
For PlayStation specifically?
Yeah.
There was that one platformer.
Yeah, but they didn't really show. That was another one of the ones they didn't really show anything at all about. It just had didn't even really look like a VR game. It just had the PlayStation VR logo on the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was called Star Child.
That's
okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple of weird-ass VR games.
And they were so memorable that we all remembered them.
They weren't, though. Like, at least they didn't look that memorable.
No, I know, that's That'd be the joke there, Sonny. Mike and Rachel are both in the chat. Mike is asking me questions about House of Cards, and Rachel says we're no OTEP, and she was trying to run. Goddamn it.
Mike is just having bad flicks withdrawals.
Sorry,
is he really?
Yeah, he misses it.
Oh.
Sorry, Mike. We'll be back in a different format.
Yeah, he doesn't like the new format.
You know what?
What do you expect him to? Like, he doesn't like anything.
I was gonna say,
He doesn't like change. Anyway.
We fear change.
Yeah, enough Mike hating. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
I don't hate you, Mike.
What else is there for PlayStation? Nope. I didn't see anything. Super shocking. We got another Destiny
I'll
look.
get them to
We
break the
got,
rocks.
Trying
Destiny
to.
2, right?
Detroit Become
Yeah,
Human.
Detroit Become Human. We got another trailer for that. That was another one that we saw like last E3 or something, right?
Yeah.
I didn't remember it at all from last
Yeah,
year, but
Do
it
you remember
looked
that one
interesting.
where you had
Yeah.
to make a decision? Yeah.
You were like a hostage negotiator,
Yeah, I remember
but
that.
then it turns out you were an android.
Yeah. I loved that trailer that we watched.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This one, okay, so the first returns are from last year on Google. The first returns are from last year's.
Gotcha.
Use that thing.
When we were first watching it, that was the one we were thinking was going to be like a Watch Dogs game or something,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It seemed very reminiscent, like, I don't know, how things would like look gridded and connected and
Yeah.
stuff. Looked very
Last
reminiscent
if you
of
could
Watch
hack it.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Almost some of it kind of Division-y, too.
Yeah.
You know?
I
There
think
we
you need
go.
to use that one to get the next one, John.
There we go. I got an image of one of the main android characters on this stream.
It's a little dot. Like
Yeah,
a
if
little
you can
blue
see the
circle
dot on
his
her
head.
it's a her.
Oh, okay.
If you can see the dot on her temple,
that one to get the next one.
that's the signifier that she's an android. But it looks great because it's got like parts of Telltale in it. It's got parts of, like Adam was saying, Watch Dogs. It's got all kinds of different little game mechanics that are similar, but it's like cobbled together into one like choose your own adventure kind of hacking story.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll be excited to watch a little bit more of that as more gets released.
Any disappointments that we didn't see from Sony at their press conference? Something you were looking forward to but didn't get?
Not really.
I can think of two.
I don't have a lot of...
John.
Yes,
you
I can
fucker.
think of at least one,
Shit.
but I didn't really expect it. I don't think.
Oh, I did. I expected
You
something.
probably cleared the
You
way.
talking about Death Stranding?
No.
That's what I was thinking. What were you talking about?
I was hoping we get something from them regarding Red Dead Redemption.
That was the other one I was thinking. That's what I thought you were going to
Just
say.
like a reason for the pushback, or like some concept art, or something from Red Dead
I
Redemption
don't think
2.
we'll see anything about it for a while. Maybe,
sucks.
Probably not until later this year, if at the earliest, I would think.
That sucks. The other thing I wanted to see was Last of Us. Like, I think there should have been there easily could have been something from Last of Us, and it would have been well worth it. But there was actually not any Naughty Dog present, which is weird because they got 2 games coming out this year.
Right.
Maybe they're just busy.
You know, it could also be like maybe Sony's holding those back for their own conference at some point.
That's true. Or I could be completely off base, and Last of Us is not coming out this year, that would make sense if it wouldn't. But if it did come out, it'd come out around Christmas,
Yeah.
and it would fucking blow stores apart, man. I would buy that game, so I'd buy a PS4 and that game. It'd be like my Xbox and Halo. That's what everybody did. They bought an Xbox and went and got a Halo. That's what everyone did.
I bought an Xbox.
What?
Right.
Yeah, I bought an Xbox too, Adam.
I said that's why I bought it.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
I thought you did say that.
Yeah.
But I've
Sorry.
got an Xbox.
I think that's it for the Sony one, though.
Yeah, but there was some good shit coming out. Spider-Man and God of War and all that stuff. Definitely.
Spider-Man looks dope.
I don't think there's anything on my Sony watch list that I really was sad to not see.
Yeah, after you mentioned, I'm kind of surprised about Last of Us too.
Yeah, right?
I would have thought something for that too.
When's its
forgot
release
about
date?
it, so.
I'll look it
No.
up real quick.
Okay.
We don't know. I would guess 2018, but
Hey, by the way, if this is your first time in the chat, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe. Normally we plan the games out a little bit further, but it's E3, so we're talking mostly about E3 this time around.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2 doesn't have a release date yet.
Gotcha. Not even an estimate. So definitely 2018 then.
Yeah.
It just jumped right the fuck into
At
that.
the earliest, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was lots of reasons to get a PlayStation, huh, John?
Also, if this is your first time here, it's great that you're here for the E3 one. Why don't you give us like your highlights of E3 so far and see if we can collab on that. But
So
anyway, sorry, John. Collab.
Yeah, no, there's several games that actually make me wish I had a console, if I'm being fully honest.
No.
Yeah. You know what?
true.
Hey, it happens, man. Some of those look really good, and unfortunately, they're not going to cross-platform them for me, and that is the... Now, one that is cross-platform that I should probably wait. I should just probably
Actually,
wait.
to be honest, since the PS4 Pro came out, you can get PS4s pretty cheap now.
Yeah.
So.
I believe that.
Just a stock one, like a normal one.
Yeah, just get the regular one. They play every game still. You just,
Yeah, and they play most of them at 1080, so
right, or
Not
at least upscaled.
yeah,
So.
right. I don't know. What's the next one you guys want to hit? I'll try and keep the images going as best I can.
Well,
we could go in line with what's in the OneNote if you want, or
we could. I closed it. I could open it back up.
I can start it. I guess.
I was thinking that Doom
VFR?
Watch that VFR.
Okay.
Yeah. There's actually a couple of VR games. So Doom VFR is going to be. I'm pretty sure they confirmed that it will be out like on the PlayStation VR and Steam and Vive and all that good shit. Don't know. I don't know. It looked pretty cool. It used like a teleport mechanic instead of just walking around. I know a lot of people prefer that because like motion sickness.
Yeah, I think it was a wise choice for them to do that. But I like how they tied that movement mechanic in with the insta kills.
Yeah.
Which is such a
That
cool
was pretty
thing.
cool.
That's a very good concept because they're just taking something that already existed in the game and then making a really nice marriage with the thing that disconnects it from the Doom series in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
That way it just feels like a Doom game still. None of us have played it yet, but there's trailers available everywhere and it's on Steam, or at least the pre-order.
Oh, for
it is
Doom
on Steam.
VFR?
Yeah.
Now Doom VFR is going to be for both PlayStation and the Vive, right?
Yes.
Correct.
I would prefer to play. To be honest, I've played both. I would prefer to play it with the Vive. The controllers on it, while they are hard to get used to, they are well suited for combat like Doom. Because you can do. Is there a gun in Doom where you can wield another hand, or is it all just two-handed?
It's all two-handed.
Ah, damn it. Never mind.
Yeah.
They could leverage that and add a weapon that's like that.
Like dual pistols or something, dual sawed-offs or something.
I
like
think
that.
the reason that they did that in Doom though is because one hand is the teleportation and then the other hand is the shooting.
There you go.
So you can teleport and then shoot.
Yeah.
And
There you go. Okay, that's a good point.
that
And I would, like I said, I would love to do that with the Vive because I think the controllers work better in that.
yeah. And I think the one that they showed was Vive because of the circle and stuff. At least for the Fallout trailer.
Right.
And for I thought I saw them in Doom as well. But you can tell, you can see the shape.
It was.
of them.
I'm pretty sure the Doom trailer we watched was like a Steam or Vive trailer or something. So because it started off with a picture of the Vive.
Yeah.
But, that one is coming out of both. I mean, I don't have a Vive, so I'll probably get it for the PlayStation VR. But I do get what you mean for sure. The tracking is way better on a Vive. So
Yeah.
the controllers. Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah, I guess with the teleport mechanic though, it would make sense to use like the Move controllers.
Yeah.
For the.
I think so. I mean, got laser gun.
So you guys were talking a second ago about Fallout 4.
Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that one is only available on the Vive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I just think the resources to make that game look as good as it did, because a lot of like in the past we've seen Resident Evil 7 and console VR versions of other games. They have a much lower quality, but the quality we saw in that the gameplay trailer for Fallout 4, it was still very high quality.
Right.
It looked really good. I just feel like they'd have a really hard time getting that same look on console.
I'd imagine that's a big part of it. They just didn't want to compromise. They didn't have to compromise quality for that. Yeah, I can see that totally.
I never played Fallout 4 in VR, and Adam was saying that Bethesda games can be played both third and first person, which is nice, but I imagine you wouldn't play this game third person.
I almost never play them in third person. I occasionally change to third person so I can go like, look how fucking cool I like. But it feels weird. It doesn't feel as good.
I'd play it first person.
I would
too,
play
yeah.
first person in combat, but if I was like exploring the city or just doing a bunch of walking around, I'd play in third person because it gives you a wider field of view.
It also like kind of puts your character in the world, which is kind of
Exactly,
Cool.
yeah. But as soon as I get into combat, it's right to first person.
I wonder if they would give. I doubt they'd give that option on a VR game. Like VR, you kind of are first person, so
Yeah.
How are you placing the saves, John?
Hold B. I forgot about
Okay,
that.
I was wondering why you kept going back to that specific spot you were in.
It's because
I
the
assumed
last
that
save
there were
I
only
had.
safe points, not.
It makes this game easier to get through. I feel like because what John was having such a hard time getting there because he forgot that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you put your save way closer, and then you die.
See, but I put it after those laser things now.
A pretty vicious little sprite.
So there's obviously the one that we could talk about that I'm sure is cross-platform and will be fun. Battlefront 2. There's a new trailer for Battlefront 2 that shows off mostly the prequel stuff.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised with. Like, I'm not surprised that they were throwing it into the cinematic first part of it, but then to see gameplay and like really heavily focused on you can play as battle droids.
Well, think of it this way. I think from a perspective of someone that played the old Star Wars Battlefront games, when you go and play the new Star Wars Battlefront, they've got all this new content, but the Star Wars Battlefront stuff of old, like
Was
the maps,
all the-
was fucking awesome. Though.
was all
the
Clone Wars and stuff,
It
yeah.
was, but it was awesome.
Yeah, no, it was.
And I feel like I feel like they lost some people. In the Battlefront community for this
Sure.
new game because they didn't bring back that old content, which a lot of people really enjoyed playing.
Yeah, well, I mean, being able, like, when, let's say you did get a spawn to be one of the Jedi, that was great walking through as, like, Mace Windu and just mowing over clones or mowing over battle droids or whatever.
Yeah.
That was awesome because you'd throw your lightsaber and then you'd end up coming across, like, Jango Fett.
Right.
And you're like, oh, shit, a fight. I love the fact that they're going back to that. Like, one of the main battles you see in this is in Theed.
Ooh, no
on
thanks.
Naboo.
Right.
But the thing, like, so, DICE and EA have said that Battlefront 2 is going to fix everything wrong with Battlefront 1, and there's a scene that's shown, but you don't really get to see any gameplay footage of it, and it's a dogfight in space.
Nice.
I really hope that they, like, my favorite Star Wars game growing up was Rogue
Squadron.
and Rogue Squadron 2. There was nothing wrong with those games.
Those games were awesome.
Yeah, if they can give me another one of those, I'm so down.
My favorite Star Wars game is still Knights of the Old Republic.
It was the first RPG I played.
Oh my god, you guys are missing
Yeah,
out.
you guys are.
Like,
Both of them. And the Twisted one.
but
The Twisted one is so good.
I don't blame the real Adam that much because he hasn't watched Star Wars.
Right.
No,
But
I meant both.
I don't know what your excuse is.
I meant both KOTORs.
Oh, okay.
Both
yeah.
KOTORs are good.
I mean, you know, it's just I never got around to it at the time, and
What dickhead.
now I feel like it's too late and the graphics are too poop.
No, it's never too late. Game's still amazing.
Can you not play? Can you not play older games now? Like you just can't get into them with shitty graphics at this point.
Unless they're super old, I just can't. No, or their art style's done that way on purpose. But like, going back to something that was state of the art not too long ago, I just can't do it. Like PlayStation 2, most of the games don't think they look super good.
Oh,
Did you ever play
I'm kind of
Dragon Age
with.
Origins?
there's some PlayStation 2 games that definitely still hold up.
Oh, I'm
God of
sure
War
there
2.
are, yeah.
Did you play Dragon
I was
Age,
thinking
What?
Metal Gear.
Dragon
but-
Age?
Yeah.
No,
Mass Effect?
no.
I did. I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Like I've played both those games. I know exactly where I know what you're going with too.
Well, I was just saying that it's that's the birth of all those games. All those mechanics and all those games are an evolution of what KOTOR did.
Oh no.
Oh, you're dead.
Stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, KOTOR's a BioWare. Wasn't it a BioWare game?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all the same company right
Yeah.
there. Now we were talking a little with Battlefront. We were talking about EA. EA's got a new thing they're doing. It's going to be called EA Originals. Most of EA's content is licensed content. They either bought it from other IPs or like with EA Games, it's all the fucking major leagues and stuff out there,
Right.
and FIFA and stuff like that. EA Originals is a new thing, and it's oh shit, we are dropping frames hard.
John's fault.
Pick 'em back up.
About 10% of them, but our bit rate is still 4700.
All right.
Wah, wah, wah.
That sucks. It might be because I'm looking up high-res images and stuff.
It could
over here.
be.
But I will say that where was I? Where was I? Shit. EA Originals. So the new EA original game coming out is going to be called A Way Out. and
Seems
it actually
fun.
looks pretty dope. It's a prison break game that you have to work together in co-op form to break out of prison, and then it looks like it progresses after the fact.
John, put it on a save.
I did over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this Prison Break game looks really, really cool.
Yeah,
I think that's an awesome idea. Like, there's a lot of indie 2D like games. What were the Escapists?
Sure.
That I really liked.
Yeah.
So, and there was a couple. There's always like a couple of really good movies about Prison Break, and there's never really been a super awesome Prison Break game.
That's like an
Yeah, that's like all about Prison Break. I mean, there are prison breaks in game, but it's not the same as like the whole thing as the linchpin.
Yeah, right. Like I can think of like most recently I can think of Uncharted 4. There's a prison break in that, but it's not a main part of the game. It's
No.
it's actually only half a chapter of the game.
And I think it would be really cool in that if like there are different ways that you can escape and different details that you can use.
Yeah.
And then like that way when you go back and you play with your homie, there's like, okay, let's try
Choose your own
that thing,
escape.
let's try that thing instead.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I agree. And I everybody kind of hate. Mike says, slackers, you guys should be at Hooters watching the finals and drinking beer.
Nope.
No.
We should be in waiting for players mode, which is what we are doing. Most people hate EA, like as a publisher, because they're kind of scumbaggy, especially with Origin and stuff like that. But for them to actually start branching out into original content, that could be a good thing. Now I don't know how they're paying their development teams and stuff, so that could also be a shitty thing, but it could be worthwhile.
Better be.
Moving along, after A Way Out, we've got my favorite thing ever. What's the biggest game I'm looking forward to this year, guys? Can you guess?
Something Witcher related?
No, that's done. They even said that they're done.
Kim Kardashian's runway model.
How'd you know? I never talk about it. How'd you know?
That's my favorite game too.
Oh, good man. You're such a good man. No, I am talking about. John knows what I'm talking about.
it's the new Lord of the Rings game.
That's right. It's Shadow of War.
The game looks so fucking cool.
Oh my god, it looks so fucking good. So it's a sequel to Shadow of Mordor, and they take massive liberties with the ring lore in that game.
That's fine.
Because
they do such a great job.
You don't care.
It's not like The Hobbit or something like that. But
It's true. It's true. So at the end of that, you have created your own army to challenge Sauron. And in this, it's probably like gonna be a thing where like Sauron rebuked you, so you decided to make a new ring of your own.
Yep.
And now it's on a bigger scale. Not only can you do your like down on the ground like fight as Talion, but you can command entire armies and lay siege to the different towers and castles in Mordor. And it looks like so much fucking fun. I can't wait to play this game, and I'm really glad that Peter was so kind to give me his old video card, because now I can play it and make it look sexy.
it will look sexy.
I can't fucking wait, dude.
Super sexy. You're gonna love it.
And you're gonna love the new video.
Plus,
card,
like,
so.
Shadow of Mordor combines some of the best parts of Batman and The Witcher as far as combat goes. And, well, I guess The Witcher took it from it. But it was like Batman meets Assassin's Creed, essentially. That's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And
I definitely get that vibe.
I can't wait to see what happens, man. It's gonna be so much fun. And
I haven't played the first one myself, but I watched several hours of Lenny playing it, and that game
it's ridiculous.
so fucking cool.
And there's RPG elements, there's side quests, there's like pretty much everything. It's just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I never played the first one either. So.
I recently replayed it. It only took me 10 hours to beat the game. And
Wow.
that's getting
worth trying.
most of the completionists. Not everything,
really? And
but
still,
that's most of it.
So
yeah.
you could have run through it a lot quicker if
if I was trying.
Abilities.
Right. Nice.
Absolutely.
Get your abilities.
From there's Assassin's Creed.
Origins?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins.
John?
Dude, I want to play that game.
Did you tell them about Maxime?
Maxime.
No, he didn't. You were here the whole time.
He helped develop it at EA Montreal. Yeah,
and
he
those
can't really
for-
say anything else beyond that, which is fine. And he said, I asked him when he could come on and talk with us about it, and like the experience involved. And he said at least not until after the release, and he's not sure when they'll be freed up to be able to.
Yeah, that's an embargo thing.
For those that don't know,
when he comes.
Maxime is the developer of a game that we covered on the
while
podcast,
back,
Red Trigger.
Yep.
And we also did an interview with him, so if you're interested in learning more, there are some
YouTube content?
YouTube content that you can dip into.
Yep, absolutely. Maxime's a great guy too. He's a gamer at heart, and we know he's a developer too now. So like, he's like the people we aspire to be if we took the time.
And he's so good at managing his community.
No, he is. But what do you guys have to say about Assassin's Creed Origins that you've seen so far?
It looks really pretty. I think the fighting looks extremely interesting.
I always have reservations about Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
But I think that it looks good. But to me, that has never been the problem with Assassin's Creed games. You know, I don't ever
Bless
see
you,
an
John.
Assassin's Creed game and go, that looked like shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad that they're always pushing the edge on graphics, but I really want them to do a big pivot with Assassin's Creed games, and I'm hoping that maybe they've done something here that really distinguishes it. I know that they've got, in Assassin's Creed, the naval combat was a huge addition of...
It started in 3,
Yeah.
and it was fleshed out in 4.
Yeah.
And it was perfect in 4.
But I mean more of like the combat. It just hasn't...
You mean
like,
core combat?
Yeah, core combat has not
exactly.
changed much. They haven't really added anything to me that like requires me to buy a new Assassin's Creed to do the same thing.
Sure. I've heard that they've improved combat as far as fluidity goes.
Did you the jumping archery shot? Looks so... Oh my god.
From the tree
Dude,
or whatever?
when he jumps off the wall and shoots the guard as he's falling. That tickled my fancy.
Also, changing the way that you scout by using
I thought that
your
was
bird.
interesting. With the bird, it's definitely different. You kind of have magical powers now because you can bird sight, but I'm okay
It
with
sounds
it.
like Dishonored, sort of, in a way.
A little bit. I'm pretty sure you had a scouting ability in Dishonored as well, to some degree.
That's fine, though. I mean, I'm
okay. Oh, I'm totally okay with it. The setting is really unique too. It's Egypt.
You are the first assassin.
Yeah. So, Josh brought up a good point. There's a very good chance that it's BC. So this is
Right.
well before Altair.
Yeah.
Altair at this point
Is
is
1280.
Yeah, but he's also
During
the
the
oldest
Crusades.
assassin that we know of at the moment. Like,
Yep.
New ability.
Nice.
I guess
Double jump.
we'll just have to see how repetitive the game
Yeah.
Yeah,
is.
it's true.
You guys were pretty excited about like the RPG elements to it, right?
Yeah, that's another thing. They added gear and so there was gear in
Right.
Unity, but the gear was like purchasable gear. It wasn't like loot gear and upgrade it. This
Yeah.
looks more like you have an offhand weapon, a main hand weapon, a ranged weapon, and a shield. You have a fucking shield, by the way, which is a new thing.
which is new. Yeah.
And I'm not only that, but like there was we didn't get to see it in the trailer, but there was an ability point system, which I would like to see that fleshed out more too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like you can there were different based on play style in Unity. You were grouped into different kinds of assassins. There was the brutal assassins who didn't do stealth at all. There was the lethal assassins who did both stealth and brutalize. It was like a mid
Right.
The Sentinel?
Yeah, exactly. And then there was like the shadow assassin who you did everything stealth and like were the best ninja.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do. Like every time.
So like for that to maybe be a levelable thing that you can do, that could be
That
great.
is interesting and new. I think I could get behind that.
Yeah.
No, that was really, really intriguing, and I'm excited to see where that happens. It seems like every time Ubisoft takes at least a year off for a new Assassin's Creed game, the next one that comes out is actually pretty damn good. I mean, that's what happened with Black Flag. There was 2 years off. They took 2 years off between 3 and Black Flag, and Black Flag was fucking amazing.
It seems like all the it's kind of like they have a Star Trek problem. Like we don't talk about the odd
every
bits.
other one. Every other one. Yeah.
That's a good point. 2 was amazing.
3 was pretty good.
3 was good. The
3
story
was-
in 3 was really good.
3 was Search for Spock, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
4 was the whales, which is good. 5 was terrible.
5 was we don't
6
talk about
6
5.
was awesome. 6 was great because you got Christopher. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next on the old chopping block at E3 stuff? Hey, John, you want to talk about Anthem?
Dude, that looks so cool.
Is that console only?
That's a good question. I don't think they gave that out.
I mean, Destiny. I'm only getting like Destiny vibes from this game, and Destiny was console only for some stupid ass reason.
Destiny 2 is on.
I know it will
PC,
be.
I doubt this would be console only.
But fuck that game. Sorry.
They announced this one on what EA's
it was
press
EA's
conference,
it was EA's press
and then they released the gameplay during the Xbox one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would think at the very least Xbox Windows 10. You know.
Please.
Then stop trying to push Windows 10 as a gaming platform.
Oh, they're
guys.
not gonna stop.
Come on, guys. Look, John, you unlocked a whole new
They're gonna do it
area.
forever.
You're only 15%. What did you expect?
You're asking them to like give up
I
on a
know,
product.
it is.
It's
Right.
just not gonna happen.
Oh shit. I started jumping and I was like, there's so many spikes that direction.
Regrets were had.
Instantly.
Reeds.
So let's
Go up. You have to go up
Yeah.
and then over.
probably go this way. Well, no, that's a loop. It's
Got
tricky.
off topic here.
Rocco runs right on time.
Go up, John. Don't jump and then
Anthem.
hop off that wall.
Anthem.
So one of the things that Adam mentioned right away after Anthem was like, when you see the person actually climb into that suit, it's like, oh god, how the fuck did you do that? How did you do that? It's so tight.
Oh, I see.
Like you have to kind of like bend your shoulders to get in there.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
And then Peter brought up a good point. Like if you run out of power,
You're
You're a coffin.
Yeah,
You're in a
exactly.
coffin.
You're stuck there.
That would be. I'm not good with that. Like, I'm not claustrophobic, but I'm also not down to be
I am
locked
at
in a
that
suit.
level, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're that fucking.
Did you guys hear about that CIA agent that died in his home because he locked himself inside of a suitcase?
Oh, shit.
And they found him weeks later. He had starved to death, or rather, he died from dehydration inside of a suitcase inside of his bathroom. No one came to look for him.
How do you not just try and Hulk the fuck out and get out? It's all.
did.
Dude,
Yeah, you're probably.
it's probably a
probably did anything
beefy
he could to get out of
suitcase.
That's a good point. So he didn't just
It
accept
just
like,
seems
this is
easy
my
to
life
us
now.
because
You should have Kill Billed it. You could have that whole montage where they're doing like the 1-inch punch. You know, your fingers
I don't
like
want
this
to
is
see
way
how to
more
do
than
this.
1 inch. Let's be real.
You're gonna need an ability to get through there, John, or something to break that wooden block.
But another thing about Anthem that was cool, although Peter also brought up the
I
point
did
of
just
like the
save.
super scripted gameplay dialogue or whatever.
Hard to watch.
Like, yeah, we're actually two human people because this is going to be a multiplayer online game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Destiny. So like, we're actually two friends that like, oh, you want to tackle this dungeon? No, let's wait for Kim to get off work. Like,
No, they didn't have that much
didn't
fucking
have that much
enthusiasm.
personality.
Yeah,
They're
I
like,
know.
When did you get that armor? Oh,
Saturday.
I got
Over the
it
weekend.
Like, okay, Kim, let's go, my friend. You know, just
Yeah.
like really.
We're
Where's
friends
my
now.
friend?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the water boy. You're like, I'm ready, friend.
Yeah.
friend.
Dude, that guy shows you how to get through everything. He's such a nice bro.
He is, but
You
this.
can do
I
it.
wish he would have shown this part.
What was the pirate game?
Oh, it was Skulls and Bones.
yes.
That game. I mean, actually, we had covered a game, or rather, Adam covered a game recently. What was the game called? Adam?
I've covered a couple of games kind of that style. There was one really recently that was Sky Pirates. There's also Fractured Space. There's another game out called Dreadnought that's pretty similar to Fractured Space as well. There's a few games out that are like this.
I just like the idea of being on a ship with other ships and you're in a fleet, like
Giant ship
fighting over
battles. Yeah.
resources and stuff. I mean, that is really interesting. But it seems to have all of the combat or all the naval combat from the Assassin's Creed games put into a multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
which like
Right.
like I was telling you before we started watching it, it's PvP and PvE at the same time, but like it's like a it actually kind of reminds me of like an Overwatch match, because there are elements in that of like, I don't know, loot this or get this here or follow this path or whatever, take this territory, resource management, maybe more like Dominion than in League of Legends than anything else.
I'd say more like that.
Yeah.
In that way, definitely.
But then there's also elements of PvP, like, because you're going to be competing for loot against an actual other player, and that other player has an entirely differently configured fleet.
Yeah.
And so far, we've only seen very basic structures, but one of those fleets is like a frigate who's got like the big beefy powerhouse weapons plus like reinforced armor, and then there's also the fucking battering ram ship, which is fucking dope.
Yeah.
It just goes wham. And then there's the other one. The like it looked like essentially the ship version of a sniper, but it would use mortars and long range cannons to do damage. But it looks like a fairly weak ship.
It looks. I feel like I'd want to play that one just because of my internal sniper.
Sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what that ship is. You would really like Fractured Space, Pete. It's a kind of a MOBA where you're like pushing
we played
on
it
each
here.
other's bases.
Peter was here,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But there are all kinds of ships and stuff and snipers.
I just tend to play games that my homies are playing.
Same.
I'm not a homie. That hurts, Pete.
I know, but you weren't really playing video games all that often. I don't even see you on the internet.
I'm in the same boat. Like I don't really play a lot of multiplayer games. I play mostly single player.
I just don't. I'm fucking busy, man.
Fuck.
Everybody's busy, man.
You got any idea how fucking busy I am?
Yeah, just as busy as everybody else. Let's see what else we got on this list here. John, while we're talking about Ori and the Blind Forest and watching you play it, you want to mention?
no, you're dead.
Ori and the
mention the
blind
sequel?
Yeah, Ori and the what is it? Blind Wisps.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps. Yeah, Blind
Love
Wisps.
that.
Ori and the Blind Wisps.
Yeah, they just keep using blind in it.
So it looks like it's a continuation, very similar to the first game, but it also looks like it sticks to my favorite thing, which is there's no talking to explain the story to you. Which I always just really enjoyed about this game is because they use ooh.
They use ooh.
It's kind of like you know, it's a
It's a
powerful word.
calming technique.
The rocks are dangerous.
You're gonna have to cross over, John.
Yeah, it just uses like imagery and music to convey the story, which
Yeah,
just
and
makes
the
it, and it's
actual
actually
gameplay,
pretty
too.
sad. The story, like,
The story of Ori.
yeah.
So for the longest time, I would have thought Ori was the like bigger thing and not the little sprite that you're playing.
Oh,
The thing that's in the.
you're thinking of the owl?
Yeah, the owl.
Yeah.
But in this new trailer, what we see are these owl corpses.
And then
And a little baby owl.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
like-
Ori
Oh,
comes
There's a ton
over.
of corpses.
Yeah, and Ori
yeah.
comes over and like pulls Al and close, and then you get the feels. I get the feels at least.
Of course, zooming out from the foreground where they are,
Right.
and then you see past the two skeletons that are in front of you. There are, you know,
Hundreds,
numerous,
dozens.
you know.
Right.
and
I'm
it
actually
makes you
showing
feel
that image
really
to the
bad.
stream right now. Yeah, it's a good reveal.
I was saying before, it kind of reminds me of Pixar shorts.
Sure.
And how it conveys emotion through just, you know, with no exposition, just through like your core senses. I mean, there's still sound, right? But it's not language. But you don't need that, not necessarily. Not if you do it right.
No, you don't, and they do an amazing job. This also has painted backgrounds,
This game looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
which just makes it really pretty. And the game itself is just extremely fun. Like, it's hard. Oh, John's bad.
Oh,
Oh.
you taking?
Oh,
Yeah.
One more rock.
Yeah,
baby. Get him, rocks. Get him.
they gonna.
they gonna.
That's it.
Kept it with my face. Yeah, no, I'm just really excited for this shit.
Oh, you
fuck.
fucked that
I'm
up.
just gonna die. I'm just really excited for the sequel.
And you know what's weird is this is almost a reskin of Super Meat Boy as far as gameplay goes. This Ori game is.
I feel like movement, yes, but all of the other stuff, the tertiary stuff, is very much like it. I guess Mario in a sense, but you actually keep your shit when you die. You keep your abilities. And
Sure,
so on,
yeah.
You know?
Right.
But it has this experience RPG system just on top of the Super Meat Boy movement and wall climbing.
Right.
When did Super Meat Boy come out? It was a while ago. It's a
Long
speed
time
runner,
Way
ago,
right?
before
five,
this,
6
yeah.
years, 6 years now.
The speed running of that is ridiculous to watch.
It is.
yeah.
That is, and that's one of those games that was like designed. Why? What?
I was listening and not looking.
Designed to speed run.
God,
you know?
man.
Yeah.
I did that last round, too. I jumped right into the spikes while I was listening to people talk.
There's a couple. There's a ton of stuff over the course of E3 that is worth mentioning.
There is, and I'm sure we're gonna miss
We're gonna
some
miss
of
a
it
bunch
and
of it,
talk
yeah.
about some of it next week. Too,
Well,
you know,
we're already
stuff
like
that,
there's already
so.
only like 10 minutes left in the show.
Right, exactly.
One thing that is worth mentioning, and I don't really have an image for it, is Bethesda's Creator Club or Creation Club. Essentially, they're reskinning paid mods
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can pay Bethesda X amount of dollars and get new kinds of things for Skyrim and for Fallout 4.
Yeah, maybe come out with an Elder Scrolls 6 and I'll think about buying your service.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of, like, we were talking about VR earlier, and we were watching the Sony one, and one of the things we saw was Skyrim, and Adam's reaction to it is like, oh, look, it's fucking Skyrim again.
Yeah, man. People have been playing Skyrim for like 7 fucking years, bro.
Dude, there are people that don't. That's the only game they play.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. And then they're like, oh, God damn it, John, pay attention.
I do the same thing again.
Yeah, like the Minecraft game. Just go play Minecraft. Play something different for like 10 fucking minutes, man. I promise you'll have fun.
Well, you
You'll
can
be
make
surprised.
Minecraft different, and you can make Skyrim different, and I feel like that's why.
Like the Daisy Minecraft thing? That
Yeah.
was cool looking. I still want to try that
You
kind
know,
of.
When I was
You said
working for Infotech, there was this guy who wanted me to figure out his mods, and all he wanted was his companion to be this naked ninja chick. Like, that was it. That's all he came in. He paid $45 for me to get this working for him.
Nice.
He was very happy.
Committed, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like this weird, I almost felt like I gave him some sort of weird hentai obsession thing going on. But, you know,
like
whatever.
You supported his weird hentai obsession. You're just like, I feel like I shouldn't have done that for you.
Nah, it's cool. You know,
Hey,
we all
John,
got our
I
rules.
hate to be that guy, but it looks like you're getting rocked.
No, he's got hella health this time. Last time he would die, like, if someone breathed on him.
Gotcha.
Save point you just put there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not fucking around this time. He's like, I'm getting past this on the stream right goddamn now.
Wow, yeah, who the
Oh,
man?
he hurt himself.
Yeah,
and
he
you saved
crumbled
it.
the rocks on him. He's like, now I'm gonna. Oh, and
his-
his legs are all scooshed.
Well, it was a big ass rock.
John.
Poor scooshy dude. I know he stole the thing, and I'm gonna come get it back, but.
He's leaving it for you.
Or he brought kindness and hope to his heart. That's like the first time I've seen text in this game. I mean, other than this
text?
stuff, like.
Other than all this other text that you see, and that guy that I talked to earlier.
What guy did I talk to? You mean the Ginso tree?
Talk to Sen, or Sein.
Yeah, that was the
So-
tree.
Do you have
Wait,
any
talk
idea about how far through the actual game you are?
He's about
Now?
75%.
24%.
Actually, you got
Is that
9%.
overall? Okay.
9% in
Yeah.
just the
You
last hour.
guys really helped me.
Good.
I mean,
Well,
I
thank
actually
you.
did help at one point.
Honestly, actually, though, to be perfectly honest, so the part I was stuck at, I must have already got past the last time I played, because that was not the part. The part I was stuck at was where these rolling balls kept coming down this ramp.
Like
But,
that
like-
one where you kept having to jump with all
No,
those
no, no.
rolling
These
balls?
these were like alive rolling like creatures. They jump and roll.
Oh.
And then there's a bunch of laser beam eyes that open up and shoot laser beams while you're in these creatures jump and roll. And if you don't get them to roll off the edge, they just turn around and roll right back at you.
He sounds
while
like
the
Nathan,
laser beams
it sounds like Nathan Drake's fever dream. It fucking does. Like, if Nathan Drake becomes old and senile, it's like, back in my day, we were dodging the rolling rocks and we had the zombie monsters and there was the shooting eyes. And where's Sully? Sully!
Sully's been dead for 20 years.
What?
Then he stops talking.
I had one more.
Did we get some Uncharted stuff?
No. Oh,
Dang,
yeah.
we got
There
some
was
Battlefield
the
stuff.
gameplay stuff from
For the spin-off of
the
Chloe.
spin-off. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it right now, off the top of my head. But we have 2 more things to get through real quick.
Got a bunch
Uh,
of shit.
Yeah, I know. But we're running low on time. The next Xbox will be called the Xbox One X.
Fuck off, Microsoft.
So
Is that Project Scorpio?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
think
that,
so.
yeah, no, that is Scorpio. So
Okay.
it's Microsoft's reaction to the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
right? It's more powerful than the PS4 Pro, like quite a bit, but it's not really like another console generation.
Why
you
can't
know?
they just
It's a mid-generation
have a-
kind of.
one naming convention and just fucking stick to that?
So are we gonna go with Triple X Bone?
Yes.
Or
I like
are we
the Triple
gonna
X
go
Bone.
with,
Triple
what
X
was
Bone
it?
is good.
Zox? ZOX because it's Xbox One.
Oh,
X.
okay. Zox could work, but I think Triple X Bone. Triple X
Triple X
Bone.
Bone.
I feel like that's the long name, and then Zox is a short name.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people call the
Yeah.
current one the X Bone.
Yeah.
I will say that it's got 4K Blu-ray player in it, which
Oh, that's fucking.
fucking
sweet,
wish the
dude.
PS4 Pro did.
Yeah.
If the PS4 Pro did, I would have bought one. But it's also $100 more, so
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know.
Well, it's probably because of that. Because I
Probably.
those things aren't. They're like, I think for PCs they're like $60, $70.
Do they even have 4K Blu-ray drives for PC out yet?
I think so.
Yeah,
Sean got barbecued.
No, like there are very few of them, and they're specialty items,
Gotcha.
and they're really expensive.
Because I know, like, if you're buying like just a set-top box, they're still $200 plus, easy. You know.
But the Xbox One X. Whoa.
Native 4K, 60 frames per second for at least most of the games that they've shown, at least the in-house Microsoft games, you know. So that's cool because at least the PS4 Pro doesn't do native 4K at upscales.
Sure.
It has the potential to do native 4K, but most of the games it still can't run in native 4K.
There's a bunch of one-upmanship happening here. We're like, okay, our pseudo next generation is going to be even better than yours.
Right, exactly.
But that's what happens when you release first, I feel like. If you release first, there's always time for them to pivot and go, like, let's make it slightly better than theirs.
Yeah.
Dicks.
Just
This
cause.
feature is really killing it for them. Let's improve on that one feature for our own.
Why not? I mean, that's business.
Exactly.
John's gonna get barbecued. Okay.
I don't even know if that is barbecue. He gets incinerated.
Yeah,
He gets
right.
vaporized.
Rachel wants to know: are you guys ever going to play Little Monsters?
Probably not.
Maybe if I've heard of it before, I might have played it, but I don't even know what you're talking about,
Are
Rachel.
we supposed to play Little Monsters? I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Get a link from her. Make her do the
we
work.
could take a request and play a game if it's.
We should do that.
I guess depending on what.
Starting
the
with
game
Rachel,
is, but-
right there. It's a
Hey,
new thing.
request
We take
don't
requests.
play Little Monsters. How's that? No?
The next
I don't really
request-
think that's gonna win much,
the
Adam.
next request will be like Mike telling us to play Call of Duty. So.
Or
I mean, I'll
NBA
do that.
2K17.
I'll smash all the little kitties on the game.
I played it the other day, and
Call of Duty?
Rachel says she'll
Yeah,
find. Rachel
Edward
says she'll
and
find
Kills.
it for us.
Okay.
The last
Yeah.
news story we have to talk about, and it's one that happened well before E3, but CD Projekt Red had some files stolen from them.
Fucking dicks.
Yeah.
But
did that.
yeah, whoever did that, fuck you. But also at the same time, you gotta love CD Projekt Red's response. Okay, I'm gonna read it out.
Just do verbatim.
Yeah,
I mean,
verbatim
yeah.
here. Let me make sure everybody can see me, because that's important to my
Files
ego.
were for Cyberpunk 27.
Can you,
77.
Can you, get in some sort of...
Oh, you want? All right.
Yeah.
Dear gamers, an unidentified individual or individuals has just informed us that they are in possession of a few internal files belonging to CD Projekt Red. Among them are documents connected to early designs for the upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077. A demand for ransom has been made, saying that should we not comply, the files will be released to the general public. That cough is in there. We will not be giving in to the demands of the individual or individuals
They do not
that have
negotiate
contacted
with
us, right? Which might eventually lead to the files being published online. The appropriate legal authorities will be informed about the situation. The documents are old and largely unrepresentative of the current version of the game. Still, if you're looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, it would be best for you to avoid any information not coming directly from CD Projekt Red. When the time is right, you will hear about Cyberpunk 2077 from us officially.
At least they're not scrapping the project because this happened either.
Not like Blizzard.
They
Yeah,
never would.
exactly
They
what I thought.
never would.
Yeah, I
scrap
wouldn't
that.
see that happening.
There's so much work. Like, I feel like they put way more work into that than Blizzard put into...
Well, probably a smaller team, so each
StarCraft
one's
goes.
a lot more committed to the project as well.
Yeah, that and CD Projekt Red is their own badasses. I don't think I know of a development company, maybe Rockstar, but even their own, like CD Projekt Red's their own entity. No one owns
so
them.
big, though. There's
Rockstar's
so many
huge,
different-
right? I don't think I know of a development company that's got this level of balls, essentially. Like, fuck them. Yeah, release it. Go forth. I don't give a shit. You know the real CD Projekt Red. You know the real Cyberpunk 2077 is coming from us. So why bother?
I don't see a point in them paying it. It would
And
be stupid for them to
This
pay it.
early
Yeah.
on, whatever files they have aren't going to. What do they got a base level for some models or something like that?
All it is free publicity.
Yeah,
Any
right.
publicity is good publicity.
Get hype!
Yeah, exactly.
Our
Especially if
shit's
it's
so
not
good, people
representative
want to
of the
steal
game.
it. Exactly.
And there's
yeah.
nothing out on the game. So even what they
There's
did...
a concept art of like 1 or 2 screens, but that's it.
Right, and then there's that teaser trailer from, what, 2013?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, back before they released Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've been working on that game for so long. So it depends on when those files were from, because a lot can change in just a single year. So if those files are from 3 or 4 years ago, like
that's kind of what I'm picturing. Like they probably know what the files are. They're just like, we don't really care, you know. Go ahead, release it. That's nothing what it's like anymore.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, you're under arrest.
I feel like they're more concerned about how those guys got the files, not the fact that the files are gone.
Definitely. That should be the concern for sure.
But and we're beefing up security. ID cards everywhere.
Pretty much. Scanners at every door.
Vaporized.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all we've got for this week.
What about Dragon Ball Fighters or whatever?
I just threw links in there to excite you. I don't know.
But what about Wolfenstein?
We did see a Marvel vs. Capcom trailer.
Yeah, with
That's
the PS, the PlayStation one. Yeah.
Right.
Marvel vs. Capcom is yet to disappoint. That's a good fucking point.
I've never been disappointed with any of those games.
What else did we see?
You could download like the story mode now. Or
Yeah, the story demo is available now. That was from the PlayStation press conference.
Right.
So I don't know if that's available on PC or Xbox.
No, I'm pretty sure that was. You would have to go to PSN and download it.
Yeah. What else we saw? I mean, there's Metro Exodus. That's a continuation of the Metro series. I think the first one was Metro 2035.
There's been a couple. There's been a few.
Yeah. This one still first person, but very much in the vein of the old Metro series. We saw there is a Wolfenstein 2. It's called Wolfenstein The Colossus. There's a trailer for that out. There's a trailer for The Evil Within, which every one of us here was either creeped out or found too confusing to continue.
I thought it sounded pretty cool.
It looks good, but...
Well, that's true. I was going to say I thought it seemed pretty cool, and then it was all that milk stuff. And
and you're like, what the...
I don't know what this is happening
I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure... Okay, so far, all we've gotten from E3 2017 are these press conferences that occur before the game is, or before the convention starts. The rest of the week is going to be a very much PAX-like convention event for E3. So what you're going to see now is a lot of from the show floor stuff of people trying out these games and these demos ahead of their market release.
We'll probably see some more gameplay trailers come out throughout the week for certain games
absolutely.
that we haven't seen yet.
I'd be on the lookout for more God of War, more Anthem, more Skull and Bones, man. If we can get on that beta, we should definitely try.
Especially if there's not an NDA attached to it.
Absolutely.
That game.
Yeah. There's more. I mean, Ori and the Will of the Wisps will be out this year. What else will be out this year?
Hopefully John will have beaten the game by then.
Well, I mean, are we on the Styx trend still?
No.
That's
Star Wars will be out this year. Shadow of War will be out this year.
John, your acrobatic skills are off the hook.
What did
Sometimes.
you just,
He just kept teleporting back and
moving?
forth. No, he's cool.
I was trying to correct.
By being badass at the same time.
And I guess that's about it for now. I don't really see any other highlights to go over at the moment.
I can't think of anything we didn't cover already, so I'm sure there's something we missed. And
there's a bunch of stuff we missed.
Yeah, there's way too many trailers to talk about them all. So
and there'll be more content soon.
Absolutely.
So
the Triple X bone was the only hardware, right?
Who was it?
I saw.
Samsung released a TV that was inside their own gamer spec or something like that. Let me look at the Reddit has the.
See, that shit's straight out of Mario. That thing
link.
that's walking around.
Excuse me.
Oh,
like the spike shells.
It kind of is going around. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, gotta go with the classics. Oh wow, they give you a very limited window right there, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
you bitch! You bitch! I didn't know where it was gonna put me.
The walls are death. Apparently, those teleporters are like, we're gonna put you in the most inconvenient spot.
Dude, they
possible.
put so many teleporters right there too, so you
whole
don't
wall.
even know like. You're just like, which one do I go to? So I went.
Coming out June 30th, Samsung introduced the CHG90 ultra-wide monitor. It's part of their gaming series.
Gotcha.
It's a curved, like 110 degree
Well, it's a curved screen, yeah, so it's probably an 1800 curve.
We didn't talk about State of Decay. We didn't talk about Call of Duty World War II. We didn't talk about Lawbreakers, which got its launch trailer. Dragon Ball Z Fighters, like Peter said. We didn't talk about The Last Night. We didn't talk about Life is Strange. We didn't talk about Shadow of Colossus. We missed a lot.
And there was a lot of other games that just had update announcements that we didn't include either.
John, are you going to buy the World War II Call of Duty when it comes out?
I'm going to read reviews.
John, if you get it, I'll get it.
But if it's anything like Call of Duty 2, then yeah, I would love to play it.
Me some Call of Duty 2.
That's what I'm saying. They had a good formula, and then they shit all over it over
that's
time.
What I'm saying. I think this one looks really good. I think it's something we should play, and not have to rely on Mike to bring.
Yeah. Oh my God, John is having the shittiest luck. He's just like hits one thing, and then it's just the slipperiest slope.
So on that note, Adam, we got anything coming out later this week? There's an answer to that question.
Possibly some more streams.
Yeah, I think you and I are going to do Wolf Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do...
2 more episodes?
Yeah, I want to do episode 4 before the weekend, and then I'd like to finish it this
We
weekend.
got to do another stream lane party.
We should do one of those.
That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that
Um,
game with y'all.
And
in-house.
I'll be able to connect my computer this time and actually be able to play along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a ton of games we can play. So.
We can get four computers going in here. It'll be good times.
Yeah.
Play PUBG with us, John.
Papa G, that's a good one, Peter. Making all the fun and jokes.
Why not?
Let's see what else. I don't think there's
I
much
think that's
else.
all we got coming out right now.
Yeah, be sure to check out Comics Brews content every Monday morning. And for everyone here at Waiting for Players, I'm going to say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Have fun.
Shake him.
Bye.
You have to say bye, John.